Whoa, that's wild, man.
That is wild.
What the?
That is wild. I can see why they put this one last. Cheers, man.
Cheers.
It's a good beer.
Well, that's nice.
Yeah.
That goes right down smooth.
That is very smooth.
I've been to Oktoberfest, and oh man, that was like the greatest party of all time. It was. They would all come around, very similar how this was brought in, and they just walk up to you, and I was like, oh okay, and I turn around, there's another one. Oh okay. I don't remember that night. Great event though. Cannot stress it enough.
The red and white thing is primarily a way to sort of augment the sonic aspect. Like the red is just very eye-catching. Right? Red is the color of anger, passion, all of those things. So it's very eye-catching, right? People listen with their eyes as much as they do with their ears, right? So you want to sort of gain their attention visually as well as auditorily. The white is just there to complement the red, right? It's just like you can't wear all red. People think you're painting the sets, right? So you want to sort of have a combination, something to juxtapose with the red, right? But no, it's not an homage to any particular band. I know the White Stripes did it. It's not the White Stripe thing. It's just trying to be as loud as possible without saying anything. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yep. Second you walk up on stage or we walk into the venue and we're all just wearing red and white, people immediately just turn, and then those who we have played with, we come in around the corner and there's like, there they are. It's like they've 300 Fire just walked into the building. We'll just be sitting down, and then we go up on stage, and everyone has a different part that complements each other on the stage. The shirt complements, and then we have our bassist, he has suspenders, which complements. It just all adds up and just fits perfectly. It's slow to notice because we have been playing in Toronto since I would say 2016 was the first show that we ever played. We were at, I think we were at the Smiling Buddha. That was a long while ago, 2016.
I remember that place.
And people coming out, they were coming out, but the attention wasn't really there for, oh, this is a rock event. It's like I'm coming out to a music show. And then fast forward to now, after 7 years, the attitude has definitely changed. There's more people I'm now noticing that are approaching rock with more of a, I'm going to see a rock show. I want to go and experience all the different dynamics that comes from a rock show, instead of, oh, I'm just going to a party event. I'm just going to a rave. It's completely different from what it was 7 years ago to today. It's slow, though, to get to that point. Oh,
cheers,
here we
friend.
go. Mango sour.
Mango sour. Interesting taste, man.
Not what I...
You don't taste the alcohol, which is dangerous.
Not what I expected. Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
You go to a party?
Usually whenever I see that a beer is presented and it's this color, I'm expecting a lot of hop.
You're 15 mango sours in. You think you're fine?
This is nice.
Dangerous.
This is much more smooth, but this is... I don't taste any
it's very much
alcohol at all.
Yeah.
Get that mango hit.
There is
right
alcohol
away.
in this, right? Yeah.
Yes, there is.
All
You
right.
get that mango hit.
It's good. You drink more beer than I do.
I drink a lot of stuff.
Yeah. What do you drink?
For beer, I just usually go for Stella.
No.
Stella is kind of like my go-to thing. It's the tall boys for it. They come in a decently priced package with pricing now.
There you go. Yeah.
And Yeah, I don't really drink much beyond that in beer. I won't say no to beer, but I'm more of a hard liquor guy.
Right.
Yeah, I
Right.
dive into the hard stuff.
Hmm.
Rum, bourbon.
There you go. There you go. I would say like Heineken, an IPA. It depends on what you're eating, right? Nothing. Things pair with different things, you know. It's a matter of just pairing it, you know. But yeah, I like Heineken. I like IPAs. You know, I like Stellar. You know, I like hard liquor more. Sure. You know, I'm not gonna deny that, but you know, good beers now.
I want to
Like a
go
thing.
back to the October after having
There you
some
go.
sweet.
Okay.
See what it's like now.
Palate
Because this
cleanser.
was smooth.
I think if you heard the entire record, and you will, November 24th. Thank you for providing that opportunity. Put that in there. I think you'll notice there are a variety of genres, right? You know, blues rock, country, bordering on the country. Canadiana is not an inaccurate way to describe it, but there are psychedelic elements. You know, there are heavy metal elements. It sort of goes through as much of the human experience as we could encompass in 9 songs. You know what I mean? So I wouldn't define it in any one particular genre. If you want to, it is a rock thing, but that's about as far as it goes. And rock has that capability just to be able to sort of amalgamate and combine the different other genres.
Yeah, it has that like umbrella that connects everything.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's very versatile genre, umbrella term, I guess, for lack of a better word.
Yeah. Every show is constantly different for what our set is going to look like. Our repertoire is vast, so we're able to kind of take and adjust and move around. This won't really fit for what we're going to go to be performing. This night is much heavier of a night, so we do have heavier songs and we can orchestrate the set to kind of provide so, while also putting in that I think it's always important, and it's important across the board, just having dynamics. Dynamics is important, and if it's an extraordinarily heavy night, for example, I think it's good to kind of put one in there still. You go really heavy, and then you put on the brakes and you slow it way down, but then you get right back to where you were. And then you have other nights where it's very rocking, not necessarily calling for a very heavy night, more, say, of a bouncy, rocky feeling. And we do have music that has that dance element to it, so we can adjust and change the set. Like, every set is different for every show. We put in just as much time building the set for what show is coming up, and if we have, say, 3 shows lined up, they'll all be different sets. Or maybe if it's the same sound for these 2 shows, but the third one is very different, these 2 might be very similar or the same, while the third set is going to be completely different.
And heavy metal crowds are suckers for ballads, man.
Yes,
You know what I mean? You hit
it's
them with
wild,
4 heavy
man.
songs. You hit them with soft song. You see the one tear.
It's
you know.
wild. Like, I didn't. To be completely honest, it took me by 100% surprise. We'd be playing their heavy stuff, and then we'll play a ballad, and then everyone just kind of lets themselves get lost in it. They're now in the song with you, and I'm like, this is wild to me, man. Oh, the yellow and the black, it's like a bee. Maybe it will sting.
Cheers to summer.
Cheers.
We won't see it for about 6 months in Canada.
I miss it already.
That is tasty. It has a somewhat bitter quality to it.
It's like a coffee.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. It has a somewhat acidic quality. Yeah.
Yeah, it does.
You're like one of those guys, you know, the 2 Michelin star restaurants. You know, I got to describe it. Well, it has an earthy flavor in it.
It's so similar to like a coffee.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
Tastes good.
It's very good. Yes.
Oh man.
I'm not hesitating.
Yeah, there you
yes,
go. There you go.
I want to say yes. I don't know what it is. I said it years ago. I was in a completely different band. Like, this is not the first band I've been in. And I even said it to the bandmates that I was with then. Going out and playing it almost feels like it's a metallic. It's a steel. There's no real color. It's just a pretty shine. And it's like I don't hear a color coming from the music. It's like it's not splashing me with orange, or a little splash of red is in there too, and then now it's like suddenly blue, and now it's purple. It's like I'm not getting the colors that's coming from the music. That was years ago. And then I started the search, and that's when I found Justin, and then we started Critical, which now has turned Free Under Fire. But yeah, long story short, yes.
Yeah, I think, you know, I don't want to be overly negative on the issue. I will say I see many bands, without naming any names, it wouldn't be professional of me to do so, but that sort of go for that sound that's been done before, kind of been done to death, you know? I mean, you would have hoped that every band would be, every rock band especially, in an era so devoid of, you know, musical color, as you very accurately defined it, you would hope that they would be, you know, sort of exploring, pushing the envelope further, trying to get, you know, new sounds out there, trying to take sounds, combine them in new and interesting ways. And I haven't seen a lot of that. I've seen a lot of bands that, you know, while they're not necessarily cover bands, you know, they sound like cover bands because they have, you know, it sounds like every band has 2 or 3 influences that they put together in a somewhat haphazard way, and they're sort of, you know, combining them in a way that's not innovative. You know what I mean? Whereas there's a lot of potential to do that. You know, you combine the different sounds, you take your 10 influences, 15 influences, and there's a whole new sound right there, a whole set of sounds right there, you know? As far as shows, I mean, we're playing York University, November 24th. We're playing Tale of the Junction, December 15th, and if you want to see what we're all about, we sound very different live than we do in the studio. Not bad, not better, just very different. It's one guitar. We don't have the benefit of different layers and different, you know, studio magic.
We fill the space.
We fill the space. Yeah, we do. But you know, that's where you could see us. Again, I can't stress enough. Listen to the whole album. It's 38 of your minutes of your life, but it's well worth it. And you can stream it on Spotify, for instance. Right? It costs you next to nothing, but it makes a whole lot of difference for us.
This thing is
stay where you are. I'll come to you.
This thing is
Cheers,
wild. Cheers. Whoa, that's wild, man.
That is wild.
What the?
That is wild. I can see why they put this one last. You know,
What is
that's
that?
That's a taste.
Smooth citrus coffee. What?
What an experience for the taste buds. This one is.
What is this? What is this place?
Yeah. I think Paul's going back to the
What do I think?
one.
I'm trying to like get a balance here. Like, it's like this one has that coffee approach. It's like, okay, I like coffee. I like this. It's great. Smooth, as you can tell, went right down. Citrusy, unexpected compliment for the coffee-like flavor. Earthy tones, but the second you get to the end, I don't know what's happening anymore.
This one's made him reconsider his life's choices. He's going back through all the beers.
This is so wild, man.
Just to see. It has an interesting taste.
That's the best word to use for this. The wild ale. Oh, it would be so dynamic. It'd be all over the place at one go. It'd be like the wild ale.
Yeah. You would take a little bit of the flavor of each of these and combine it in a way that it hits you one after the other.
Yeah.
It's kind of like when you have a hot sauce on wings or something, and you're like, oh, this is nice. Oh, you know. Like,
oh, now there's the flavor.
Yeah, and then you worry about the morning after, right? You know, it's like it'd be a combination of all the different flavors.
You are awesome for watching this video. Click right here to see more content like it and subscribe to the channel.